While driving behind a learner driver, do you have to exercise special caution? The answer is yes. Can you pour cold water onto a burn? The answer is yes. If you're involved in a car accident in which there are no injuries or fatalities, are you obliged to call the police? The answer is no. In the presented situation, the tram has stopped at the tram stop. Are you allowed to continue driving? The answer is no. In this situation, are you allowed to turn right at this intersection? The answer is no. Will you refrain from overtaking in this situation? The answer is yes. Are you allowed to start driving once the pedestrians have walked onto the pavement? The answer is yes. In this situation, are you driving on a one-way traffic road? The answer is no. In this situation, is it allowed to drive any vehicle directly behind the emergency vehicle? The answer is no. In this situation, are you approaching a crossroads where the right-of-way is determined by road signs? The answer is no. Are you permitted to perform an overtaking maneuver in this situation? The answer is no. Are you allowed in this situation to overtake the vehicle from the right if there is such a possibility? The answer is yes. When driving on the middle lane in this situation, do you have the right of way over the vehicle entering this lane from the right? The answer is yes. Are you obliged in the visible situation to exercise special caution? The answer is yes. You intend to turn diagonally left. Do you have the right of way over the vehicle approaching from the right? The answer is no. Are you allowed at this intersection to make a U-turn from the traffic lane you are in? The answer is yes. You intend to drive straight on in the presented situation. Are you obliged to stop before entering the intersection? The answer is no. In the situation presented, are you warned of the transverse unevenness of the road surface caused by potholes? The answer is no. Can you refrain from exercising extra caution in this situation? The answer is yes. In the situation presented, does the green signal exempt you from the necessity to exercise special caution at a pedestrian crossing? The answer is no. What may be a cause of the excessive free play of the steering wheel in the car? Worn tie rod ends, worn tires, unbalanced front wheels. Worn tie rod ends. Which of the following circumstances may indicate bad technical condition of a passenger car? Emission of colorless fumes. Traces of leakages of operating fluids in the place of parking. The battery charging light turning red before starting the engine. Traces of leakages of operating fluids in the place of parking. Are you allowed to replace a halogen bulb in any headlight with a xenon lamp? Yes, in emergency situations. No, because it may lead to dazzling other drivers. Yes, if the cap of the light fits in the lamp holder in the headlight. No, because it may lead to dazzling other drivers. Under what circumstances can you carry a child in the rear seat of a car or truck with a maximum permissible weight of 3.5 t, restrained only by seat belts? If the child is at least 135 centimeters tall and due to its weight, it is impossible to provide a safety seat or other child restraint system. If the child is at least 120 centimeters tall and due to its weight, it is impossible to provide a safety seat or other child restraint system. If the child is 15 years old. If the child is at least 135 centimeters tall and due to its weight, it is impossible to provide a safety seat or other child restraint system. Under what circumstances is it permitted to carry a child in a lorry with a maximum permissible weight exceeding 3.5 tons in the rear seat, restrained only by safety belts? If the child has reached a height of at least 135 centimeters and it is not possible to provide a safety seat, due to its weight and height. At what speed are you allowed to drive a passenger car with a trailer on the road beyond this sign? 70 km per hour, 80 km per hour, 140 km per hour. 80 km per hour. Which of the following results may you cause when moving off uphill? You release the emergency brake lever too early in relation to releasing the clutch pedal. Arrest of the engine. Rolling down of the vehicle. Sudden start. Rolling down of the vehicle. In what way are you allowed to carry bicycles on a passenger car? Placed in holders at the rear of the car and limiting the legibility of the registration plate. Placed in holders at the rear of the car and covering one side light of the car. Placed in holders fixed on the roof rack. Placed in holders fixed on the roof rack. What should be the color of a flag that you use for marking a load protruding from the back of a passenger car? Green, yellow, red. Red. How should you behave while passing an oncoming vehicle at night in a passenger car? Look straight into the lights of the oncoming vehicle. Change the low beam lights into high beam lights. Look right to the source of light of the oncoming vehicle and look for possible obstacles there. Look right to the source of light of the oncoming vehicle and look for possible obstacles there. During which of the following maneuvers are you obliged to keep a distance not less than 1 meter from the vehicle? Passing the passenger car. Overtaking the bicycle. Passing whichever vehicle. Overtaking the bicycle. What documents are you obliged to carry with you and present at the request of the competent authorities during roadside inspections? Receipt of temporary permission for the period it authorizes to use the vehicle. EC Certificate of Conformity. Registration document. Receipt of temporary permission for the period it authorizes to use the vehicle.